Encryption.
Me?
Yeah. Oh, now you got to slap on YouTube. See? No.
You want me to
You
take
may
it
take it
off?
off.
Well, you weren't ready yet. I mean, I didn't know if we were ready, so I was going to be off the wall, but I'm not. Quiet. My phone told me.
All right. Jerry's not going to make it.
You gotta mute the other one again.
They're both muted.
No. Mute the one with the logo. There you go.
Better?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, because it
Okay.
causes that feedback.
Sorry. I kind of know what I thought I knew what I was doing. I guess I don't.
You thought wrong.
Shut up.
You do on most days. Nothing wrong, but know what you're doing.
Thanks.
But today I think you just got frustrated and kind of did everything.
Well, ready to go?
Sure.
Here we go.
Cool.
I was like, sure.
There we go.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey.
Hey, guy.
Hey,
How are you?
I sure am.
You are a guy.
Yes, you are.
A guy. It's the Hey Girl Hey podcast on Urban Media Today. I am your radio chick, Kiki Brown.
And I am the chatter chick, LaShawn Tipton.
And the millennial chick is not here today, but we have a centennial in the building. He is a cosplayer, a blogger, a YouTuber, a gamer. He's also my kid, and it is Bring Your Kid to Your Podcast Day.
I did not know that.
Vaughn Allen on social media. He's King Kishin Tonic. Wait, Keishan Tonic Tack. No, King Keishan.
There you go.
Why don't you introduce yourself, son?
Yeah, I was going to say that. Can he just say what it?
I am King Keishan, or King Keishan cosplay if you see me at any anime conventions. YouTuber extraordinaire, not really. Video game nerd, anime enthusiast. That's about it.
Well, you wanted to be on the show, and he actually, Sean, he listened to last week's show and had some comments about the girl talk, the fan mail. Yeah. But we have more fan mail today, just in case you are just checking out the show for the first time. We are live on YouTube. And it is Thursday, October 8th, and you can check out the show also on Saturday on Urban Media Today. So we cover the hot topics throughout the week, and everyone's been talking about a senator, a vice president, and a fly walking to the bar. Did you hear about that bad joke?
No, I haven't heard the bad joke, but I've seen the bad joke.
It was a joke. And just about the debate, the vice presidential debate, which happened earlier this week. Senator Harris, Vice President Mike Pence sparred off Wednesday night, both seated behind plexiglass, did not stop the constant interruptions from Mike Pence, which sparked the trending meme, "Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking."
Yes.
And that's and I don't know if, they say that's a Black woman's correction, a checkmate like type, how a Black woman will check you. She did it very eloquently. She had to do it a few times because the damn moderator wasn't doing her job.
Yeah.
But Kamala's responses and body language definitely criticized and celebrated by social media. Of course, some political folks just saying that she was a bit too sister-ish.
Nothing wrong with that.
Even Megyn Kelly tweeted, "Take it like a woman, don't make faces." So what the hell does that
That's so
mean?
funny because Megyn Kelly from The View?
Megyn Kelly, who used to have her own show on NBC, who was canceled.
No, not Megyn. That's not Megyn Kelly. That's what's her name? Yeah. Okay,
after she made a comment about blackface, she addressed blackface, and then after that, she was canceled. So
yeah. Oh, that
yeah,
Megyn Kelly,
that
not from The View.
Megyn Kelly,
Yeah.
not from The View. And I'm just like, why can't Black women show expression? You know,
Yeah.
if a man is angry, upset about something, they show expression. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Bless
Oh.
you.
It's thank you. Thank you.
Hey,
That came
cover
from
up.
the
I'm gonna need you
Bless
to like.
us.
I'm gonna need you to back
foot.
up 6 feet. 6 feet.
Yeah.
Come on now.
6 feet.
Really?
About to grab my
Really?
mask. Hold up.
Really?
Where's my mask, guys?
Really, son?
I
This
know.
is what we
Where's my
doing?
mask?
It's a pandemic.
I
Come
know.
on
You got
now.
your mask on. Let me go get my
Yeah,
mask.
hold
Hold
up. I'm about to
on.
get mine.
I'll be back. Hold on.
Oh my! Oh. Why y'all leave? Y'all really left me. We are live. On anyway, why can't Black women show emotion or expression without making it into something labeled as angry or aggressive? I take offense to the comment. I take offense to you all wearing masks. Really, like that is so foul.
Yo,
6
I don't
feet.
need
6 feet.
6 feet.
anyway. Answer the damn question. What I mean, what does that mean? Fix your face.
Right.
Don't make faces. Take it like a woman. What does that mean?
Right. Well, you know it. We do that to each other, and then other people do that to us too. Like I said last week, when we show passion for something, it's angry. We're called an emotion. We're not called who we are. We're called emotion. But if another woman of a different race do it, she's passionate. Or if a man does it, he's passionate about what he does. But Black women, and I thought Kamala did an awesome job keeping her cool, because he was poking the bear all night. He was throwing stones like crazy. As soon as she would say a comment like for instance, she said, "We are not going to raise taxes and we're not going to stop the fracking." He said, "You heard it, America. She's going to raise the taxes." She was like, "I didn't say that." But
and
he
he
kept
avoided a
doing
lot
that.
of his he avoided a lot of the questions
A
as
lot
well.
of his questions.
Yeah.
But he kept doing that, and he was doing that so that she can have a reaction, so that she could show, because he couldn't stand on the points. He had to stand on her actions to make himself look relevant. But they do it all the time when it comes to Black women. We move too much. We're doing too much. Sis, stand down. No, don't. And everything, when they call everything that we do is, being the Black woman, I'm proud of that. I'm going to be that.
Right. So, Vaughn, what do you think, being a centennial, just 22, a young Black man with a very strong Black mother? What do you think about that?
Strong is a word. No. But okay, so I didn't see the whole thing. I just watched bits and pieces because life. I didn't understand the criticism behind what she was doing. Like, because, if you were talking to someone and they're just like, so anyway, you were like, hey, I'm speaking. You wanted my opinion. This is something where both of us need to put our input in, and yet you're not letting the other side put their input in. That's kind of a thing that you should do. So by her standing her ground and be like, hey, I'm your opponent and I'm giving my side. It's my turn right now. And for people to be like, she shouldn't have done that. Have you read the rules to this? Right. Like, I don't understand. It's a debate. Like, I don't. Yeah. And she was making faces, yes, because that people have been doing it this entire time. Like, if Trump, he'll stop you. Or he'll be like, nope, wrong.
Yeah.
No.
Or he'll call people out their names. Yeah, oh, that's dumb. You're stupid. You're a monster. Huh? Like, if she would have got up and said, yo, I'm talking, I really probably respect that, for as ignorant as he was yesterday. I was like, girl, get up.
I was waiting for her to put the black forces on. I was like, it's time. Yeah. It's time.
It's done.
That's what we wanted to see. We wanted to see her be an angry, like, there are times where I'm pushing for us to not be that typical Black example or that Black stereotype that people say, oh, there she goes. She about to go off. Like, you expect it. If you walk into a restaurant and that's owned by Asians, and you're, if you see a Black couple or a Black woman walk in and the Asian person says something that they don't like, immediately you're going up an octave, you're twisting the lips, you're doing this, you clapping and about to pop off. And it's just like, come on, let's not she wasn't that though.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like Kamala wasn't that. So I don't understand. That was mild because she definitely could have popped off and she didn't. And I don't understand why that is like the go-to. As soon as that happens, immediately they put us on that shelf and say, well, there we go. She's being a typical Black person. I will be honest and share this, that when I found out that Joe Biden was going to select, there was 2 women that he was going to select to be his running mate.
Yes.
That they were African American. It was
Stacey.
It wasn't Stacey Abrams.
There was like 4. There was like 4 though.
It was another woman. I can't remember her name. It wasn't Rice. I can't remember. But and I was like, I don't think he should pick Kamala because she might be too Black. She might be too Black for the country. Did.
But what is too Black?
Because it's so strong. For me, I find pride in it. But for the country, people find it offensive. They find it too aggressive. And they can't handle it. It's intimidating. And it's like, because of that, because she's so educated and experienced and knowledgeable and proud, instead of it being looked at as intimidating, now it's like, we can't have that. No, she can't represent the company. She can't represent the country the right way. I can't have that. I don't want to get into no arguments and no face-offs and this and that. And it's just like, but if I were a man, it would be okay. That's Bo playing with his toys.
You know what I'm not accepting of is the comments of being too Black and the country not accepting it. Let me tell you one thing. There's a couple things that I don't give a damn about. And that is one of them, being too Black or who I am. You know what? For so long we have pulled back and quiet and hushed ourselves for who we are, just to accommodate people who don't care about us or don't care to even know who we are. I think social media has made it look so bad whenever they're posting videos of a few people going off, and then it's labeled as the angry Black woman. Those are a few videos. That's not all of us. Like right now, I would be called the angry Black woman because I'm discussing this with passion.
I was going to tell you, like, I'm going to need you to mild. I'm gonna need you to unbold, italicize, highlight, and uncap your words.
I can't,
because you're just being too angry right now. I'm feeling intimidated.
Right.
I'm feeling intimidated.
And you know what? And I can't, and I won't, because this is my passion. I shall
not.
I shall not.
Good day.
Because this is this is me, and this is my passion. And being a Black woman is who I am, and I don't apologize for it. And I know how to use my words. So if I get heightened in my voice because I'm passionate about something, it's not because I'm angry, because I don't have to do that. But if it's misconstrued by others that I'm angry, that's on them. And what I don't like that Black people do, we're ashamed of who we are.
Yeah.
Because we said, well, like you had said before, well, I didn't think the world was ready for someone like that. For someone like what? For someone like what we're used to seeing? For someone, for someone like us?
I think it's because it's been a certain way for so long.
Exactly.
That you're not, people aren't used to change or adjustment or reality. You've painted this picture of us for so long, and we've not been that, and we've accepted it. Right. Sort of 5 minutes in this segment. Real quick, Vaughn, one thing we do not do, we try really hard, but being that this election has been the talk of every bit of talk show, podcast, whatever. We're not a political platform, but because it is a hot topic, we do have to discuss it. Just real quick. President Trump and First Lady, what's her name, Melania, tested positive for COVID-19, along with a handful of his staffers. COVID-19 has killed over 200,000 lives in the U.S. For some strange reason, he feels that he may have received a different type of strand, because after 2 days, he was cured. He was good, and he's driving around in a motorcade. And I think he's giving, what fake news as to what COVID-19 really is. And he left the hospital. His staff tested positive, including former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, his press secretary, Kellyanne Conway. Pence tested negative, which I don't believe, because that pink guy was a sure sign that he might be COVID-tized. He might have been COVID-tized. He may have taken part of some COVIDization. So we're going to keep him in prayer. The debate commission changed the next debate to a virtual, but Trump is like, I don't want to do it. I don't want any parts of it. Yeah. I'm not going to do it. It's stupid. I'm not doing it. And Biden was like, well, I ain't doing it face to face. So do we need another debate?
Can I just say
yes
that as soon as the news broke that Trump had COVID, me as an avid, also I'm a wrestling fan, so I'm big into WWE and all that stuff. This is a Vince McMahon WWE Championship WrestleMania storyline right here. This man starts off.
So you thought it was fake? You thought it was fake?
I think I have COVID. Gets flown while the news is recording. Flown to the hospital. Oh no, President Trump has COVID. Oh my God, he has COVID. Comes back. Goes, I no longer have COVID because I am a gift from God. Everyone take off the mask. It's not a big deal. And the red caps are losing their mind. They're like, yeah, let's go. Ripping the shirts off, and it's like they have tattoos that say Trump is God. Like and then the only man that can stop him at that point, and which is happening, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He enters, he sides with Biden. Boom, WrestleMania right there. That's all I'm saying.
That's all you're saying.
That's all I'm saying.
This is my child. I don't.
Yeah. Well, hey. Well, yeah,
I you know what? I love him. That's how he feels. But go ahead. What do you think, LaShawn?
I at first when I saw it when he did it, because Trump is a stunt. He's a stunt guy. He does everything for attention. So when it came out is during the news time, and when he left the hospital is during the news time. He waits till the news about to come in so you can.
And he's big into ratings.
Yeah, he's really his whole life is race. So he comes in at that time, and he leaves at that time. So when he did that, I was like, oh yeah, so it's getting closer to election. He wants to say that he's the one who has the cure for it. But that backfires on you, because over 210,000 people have died of this disease, and you come out and it's like you spit in their face by saying it's nothing. Like, you all were weak for dying. I was in the hospital for 2 days. Whenever the White House could be set up like a hospital. So if he left the hospital in 2 days, he's actually could go to another hospital, which is in the White House. He has a staff of people that can watch him. But the carelessness and the selfishness of the president allows him to still have meetings with people around him, and he's infected with the disease. And his thing wasn't that, most people who got infected has to quarantine for 14 days. This man still have meetings and still want to do a debate in person. What was your original message, sir? What was the original message? Pence is the head of this COVID crisis. Pence, their original message was to quarantine for 14 days and then, not to be around anybody. Now they backtrack on what they said. And the president not only backtrack, but do the opposite. And he's been doing it since he's been there. What he says, he's around people. He's still holding meetings, and you want to do a debate face to face. Like this. Now this is godlike syndrome, and it's a cult. He's a cult leader, and these people are following him as if he's the cult leader.
Well, I'm glad we were raised right. I'm so happy that we were all raised right, and know that when we are sick, we keep our behinds at home, and we call off work, and we cover our mouths and wash our hands. So, not everybody was raised with those instructions. So we're going to just leave it at that. We got fan mail, Vaughn's favorite part of the show, fan mail. Coming up inside Girl Talk. We're going to take another break. It's the Hey Girl, Hey podcast on Urban Media Today. Hold tight.
Oh.
Hey girl, hey.
Hey.
And Vaughn.
Vaughn's like, what's up?
What's
up?
So
What it do?
last week, Vaughn checked out the show. He checked out the Hey Girl Hey podcast, which you can find on various. Where's my?
It's
I don't.
called water. It's called water. I was choking.
Nope,
I
not
got
taking
Choking
any
for water.
Wait
chances.
a minute. Wait a
No
minute.
chances.
Wait.
Nope.
So he checked out the fan mail and it struck his. I don't want to say it struck his interest, but he had some questions. But we have a
Please don't
new.
say that. Please don't.
It didn't strike. You have to find the past episodes on our streaming apps, which we'll give you at the end of the show. Today, this one is about I don't like sharing. And Vaughn, feel free to chime in on this one. It says, my girlfriend wants me to post our relationship all over Facebook. She does, but I don't, and it upsets her. She says that it means I don't really love her because I'm too afraid to show the world. I love her, but I don't like to share my personal stuff online. I think guys look stupid doing that. My boys don't do it and they're good. I mean, I just don't think I should have to. Why isn't it enough for her to just take the love that I have when I have it to give her? Why do I have to show it to everyone just to prove it? Any help? I have no idea how old this person is.
Ooh.
But I mean, some people, and even I've been that person that's like, how come you can't post something, or how come you can't share something or like something? And it's just like, that's just not them. You know, that's just not the person that they are. But I don't think that it should be a test of your love because you don't post me on Instagram and Snapchat.
Mm-hmm.
You say what?
So me personally, I had to deal with this topic about a week ago.
A week ago. Sorry.
It's fine. I was doing it. I was doing it before you said it, so it's okay.
Okay.
But it's to me, I agree with that. I agree with the writer, where it's like, I don't want everyone in my business. If you ask me, do you have a girlfriend? Are you dating? I'll answer you because one, I have nothing to lose. I'm not going to get in trouble for it. And two, it's like, it's my business. If you want to know, you can come up and ask me and I'll tell you. I'm not going to be like, oh, LOL, XOXO, D plus V forever, lock emoji. No, that's too much. I will tell my family. I'll tell my friends. They can tell whoever they want because that's that. I don't agree with the whole like Facebook status. Yes, such and such and Johnny Boy have been dating since 2018. Cool.
I can hear Jerry speaking on this. I think this would have been a great for her because just I don't know. There's just a certain group of people that are so into this social media that they kind of feed on. I'm not saying that Jerry does, but they kind of feed on it and live on it where you don't exist unless you get a double tap.
Mm-hmm.
It's not real unless you got followers and likes and shares. It's
Like,
not real unless it's
thing.
retweeted. It is. I'm not. I can't answer for her. I don't think that this is something that she would agree to or not. But there are people who feel like it needs to be proven. It needs to that makes it real. If you can post it in public, it's kind of like holding my hand in public.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the newer version of holding my hand in public or kissing me in public. LaShawn, I already know what you're going to say. You're a woman of a certain age, but go ahead and
people. Yeah, that makes me want to rock back.
Ooh,
Jesus!
What is happening? What is this?
That's too much. That's too much.
When she's feeling overwhelmed, she just take it to the Lord. She got to put a shawl on and rock back and forth. Jesus, Lord, help me, Lord.
What it reminds me, it makes me think of, what did we do before social media? Well, people had to prove their love to you before social media. Everyone couldn't go out there and say to the world, I'm in love with this person. They actually had to show you. So what does putting a like on or putting something on your social media about who you're dating do? What it does is if you have something to show, it's showing this other person that you have something to prove. Another relationship that you probably were in, that you need to show this person, I'm in another relationship. You need to throw stuff in other people's face. How childish. Please grow up. Please grow up. You don't have to do that. No one has to be in your business. So who, young man who wrote this, if you don't want to post that and you show her love, that's what she needs. She should be happy about that. And if she's this person to have this outward expression of how you love her on social media, she's not the chick for you. I mean, let that go. Let her get somebody else that's into branding, because she's into branding. And she ain't into love. She's into
not that
branding.
there's anything wrong with it. Come on,
there's nothing wrong, but she's branding something else. That's not branding a business. That's branding her life. Yeah, no, I know what branding is, and I know how to do it. But you can't do that. I mean, that doesn't make sense. I see
it's
grown
just the
people.
world that we're in, though. It's the world that we're in, though.
Yeah, I see grown people do it. It's so unnecessary.
Yeah.
I see grown people do it all day long. They will, because they didn't have any way of chronicling their life before. And they don't know the significance. They're like finding the significance of their life through this. I mean, I think it's great. Like when you go different places, you do something exciting that you want to share with other people, because you might have like, traveled somewhere that's beautiful. And this is your way of showing somebody, this is really a nice place that I went to. My family had a good time. I get that. But when you get real personal with it, to me, that could be a bit much. I mean, I've seen people that like post personal stuff with them. Please, please pray for my dog. My dog, and I know people are real serious about their dogs and everything like that, but if somebody doesn't comment about that prayer that they said sent for their dog, they're like, oh, the whole world's not praying. You already petitioned this to God. That's a good thing. So you don't need all that from other people. I mean, just stuff like that. And people will chronicle I have a friend.
The internet is. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
She's chronicling her weight loss, right? And so she's more upset with herself from her, like she's been doing it weekly and she's been putting it on Facebook. So then she had said, I haven't lost anything. I'm not going to put anything down. And she's upset. And I was like, you know what? Your weight loss is a personal thing. And it's not that since the scale hasn't gone down, you haven't lost any weight. You could be building muscle because you're working out every day. She said, well, I had an ex on there and he liked it. And I said, well, who are you doing? Who are you losing the weight for? Because it's not going to stay off because your doggone ex like it. Like, get your life. Like, stop putting that on there. And, she was saying how the people were liking it. And she didn't want to post the one day because she didn't lose any weight that day, and she was feeling some kind of way and she wanted to eat more cake. Like, don't do this to get accolades and stuff from other people. If I'm in a relationship, I'm not putting it on social media. I'm not. You're not going to know my business. You're not going to know me that well. I think this show right here speaks more of who I am than Facebook will ever.
I think that the social media has become the new Dear Abby. The Dear Abby, the diaries, the Dear Diaries. It's what we use as a tool to vocalize our feelings. What we become heroes. We become big people behind that keyboard, and we feel the freedom and we feel more relaxed to just share things. We can hide behind a profile picture. When that's all you have. I have 8,000 people on Facebook. I don't know these people. I don't know all these people.
They're not your friends.
I have no idea. They're not. I mean, they're just someone that not all of them, but
and you want them to comment
connected
on you?
I would not expect. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes it's overwhelming. Like if it's your birthday, oh my God.
And then having to respond.
And then you have to respond to each, and I'll just be like.
I make a separate post.
But some people get pissed that you didn't, or if you love someone's comment, but you like their, it's like, okay.
Get your life.
Yeah, you really need to go outside and play. Something is just wrong. Yeah. Something is wrong. What'd you say, Vaughn?
I said, honestly, like what?
Yeah. But I mean, this is the day and age that we're in. So I guess our advice to the guy is, if this something that you just aren't willing to do because it's just not something that you want to do, you don't feel you need to do, is the relationship worth keeping? It might not be. And maybe put on your Facebook status, it's complicated or single. And then no, I'm joking.
That's another thing too.
From a guy's standpoint, there's no need to keep running if you've already won the race.
Right.
You don't need to try to have everyone be like, yeah, you did it. I already won. I got my medal. I'm sitting on the bench with my Gatorade and my orange slices. I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, you could go ahead and
Stop.
keep competing if you want, but I have nothing to worry about.
I don't know what that means. Break up with her or stay with her.
No, it means that do what you need to do. If she understands what you're saying, if she understands you, or try to explain it to her, but like, hey,
if she's not cool with it,
here's the reason why I don't do this. And if she's like, well, Jeremy does it with his girlfriend, neat. I'm not Jeremy, so that's
Did you just say neat?
dandy. Yeah,
Did you
neat.
say
He
neat
said- he
and
said
fine and
neat.
dandy?
Fine and dandy.
Fine and dandy.
Because if they going to be talking all silly, you're going to talk silly back to them.
Right. Exactly.
Hey.
I mean, I don't get it. There's so many petty Bettys and Eddies. I'm over it. I'm over it. Like, stop. Get
Petty
your
Betties
life.
and Eddies.
Petty Bettys and
Petty
Eddies.
Betties. All right, so
Just
we're gonna just keep it moving. Hopefully, we helped you out, sir. We appreciate your email. I
Yeah,
guess
he'll be okay. If he doesn't post anything and she gets mad about it, sir, keep it moving.
unfollow.
And find me on Instagram if you
Unfollow
have any other
her.
questions.
Yeah,
Find you
unfollow her.
on Instagram.
Yeah, it's literally King Keishan. That's it. I'll talk to her. I'll be like, hey, shut up. No, I won't.
Like, he's like, I'll
All
take
right.
your girl. I'll take your girl.
No.
Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Not anymore. Those days are behind me. Those days are behind me.
As you take a sip. All right. So we got to switch lanes. I don't like to go back to the election, but with Vaughn being online, I wish Jerry was here to talk to a millennial and a centennial. You know, you pretty much know where I come from as a Gen X and where LaShawn comes from as a baby boomer.
Am I
Where
really a
we
baby
are-
boomer?
I think so.
I don't think so.
You sure? Should I Google it?
Those are people that are like 60. You know.
You're not a baby boomer.
Uh-uh.
You are a baby boomer. You're a baby boomer. You're over 50. You're a baby boomer.
What?
But baby boomers
She's not
are hot.
25?
Pretty much. I'm 35.
You was just 50. Okay. So anyway, whatever.
Turn them around. 53.
The black vote and some of us are still undecided. So I went online and I looked up some numbers, but this was from a survey that was taken back in July. So give or take a few. Views on political parties as far as African Americans. Over 1,200 African Americans in a battleground state revealed that while those over 60 remain among the most reliable of Democratic voters, those between 40 and 59 are still pretty locked in. Those under 30, not so much. 47% say Democratic Party is welcoming to Black Americans. 28 say Republicans are. 47 say the Democrats are okay, I just repeated it. Anyway, so some of them are undecided. And there's still people like earlier this week, I was watching the debate and it was like, they had asked a black man on there, why are you still undecided? Well, I just don't understand. They just haven't proven to me that they deserve my vote. And it's just like, I don't know how much more needs to be proven. What are you so afraid of? What are you so undecisive about when it comes to this election? You are a taxpayer. You are a person, you may want to go back to college or continue your education, own a business, start a family, buy a home, relocate, get into the stock market, whatever. These things, this decision does affect your life. So I don't understand why the indecisiveness. And I wanted to talk about this because we're all at different levels and different levels of understanding, but more so with Vaughn. And he and I've had discussion and I've talked to him and he said, okay, Mom, I got it. But just what level of understanding do you have when it comes to the election, the importance of voting and where you stand as far as your future is concerned?
Well, with people my age, the general consensus is either you vote for the man that for the past 4 years has been basically running this country into an area that no one knew existed. It's not even run into the ground anymore. It's just, we don't even know where we are. For us to continue that, or to go into the unknown, because yes, we've lived in the era of Obama. We lived through that era. And Biden was there and they did great things, yes. But how will he be when he's the man in charge? So it's like, okay, yes, it is the lesser of, in this case, the two evils are the unknown, but what really is going to happen? That's what's like circulating around at least my friend group. And most of the people my age are just like, haha, let's vote for Kanye because that's funny. And that's like,
that's sad.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
that's
when
scary.
The 2016 election was going on, I remember watching it live, and this was the first time that I've ever done this. I remember that it said like 20% or 26%, somewhere around there, voted for Harambe, the gorilla that got shot. And I was like, so people really use their vote for a gorilla that is dead.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah.
I'm not the smartest cookie. I'm not the
not
smartest cookie in the toolbox, but something don't add up. Like it's not, it just don't work. So it's like, I'm scared. I already have my ballot somewhere in here. I haven't filled it out. I need to mail it. But
I'm taking mine downtown, honey.
Well, you see, where I live, that's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Because
you kind of like the shy right there. Where you at?
I'm the only one that looks like me here.
Yeah.
So no, that's not true. I've seen like 3.
It's okay. You're allowed to step out. See, there's one thing you don't know as a young person. You pay taxes if you work. You can walk on them streets. You know what I mean?
The question is, will I walk back?
Yeah, and then the sad thing is that hoodie you got on right there could get you killed. That's bad.
And it says YouTube too. I've had someone stop me for wearing my my anime merch, like walking around, and they'll be like, what does that actually mean? And it'll be in Japanese, and I'll be like, oh, it says like dragon or turtle or something, and they'll be like, how do you know? Because I looked it up. I
do that with people when they have those Japanese tattoos. I'd be like, how do you know that don't say some fat chick? They be like, it says one who breathes. I'm like, it doesn't say one who breathes, it's one who eats pig feet.
It says chicken teriyaki.
You don't know. That's a number 21.
Have you talked to any of your, have you made it your responsibility to talk to your friends about?
Oh yeah, I was able to convince Sean to actually vote. And for you, Miss LaShawn, Sean looks like me, but with an afro and glasses, and also I'm pretty sure he's not human. So he's like a mix. He's like a mix of like the Crypt Keeper.
It's his best friend.
And like he's like a Crypt Keeper and like some forest creature.
Stop.
He's just like, it doesn't really concern me about any topic that you give him.
Yeah, I think.
Go on.
I think with your age group, because you're underneath the age of 26, correct?
Yes.
So they're not coming for you, as Kamala said last night, because you're still underneath the health care of your parents. So you have things that are not coming for you. You haven't developed what she was saying are pre-existing conditions in terms of health care, which is going to be taken away from you because you haven't, God forbid that you ever would get those. But if you encounter heart disease, diabetes, cancer, whatever, then they'll be coming for you, or you won't have those coverages. So the younger people your age below, they're like, oh, this is just fun because taxes are being taken out on you that you really don't understand because you're used to like paying things, and some of you don't even file tax returns. And then if you when you get it back, you really haven't filed it where you can get more back for you. You're like just regular file, like I'll just go ahead and file it. That, you know, so your age get it, and a lot of you don't get it when it comes to voting. And I was at that age too, because I was in college talking about, well, this is fun, I'm not even going to send in a ballot. I don't think when I was in college, maybe I didn't even come home to vote. And then I think once I graduated or start going to school from home, that's when I really started to vote, because I was in my parents' home and they would go out and vote. My mother was like, you ain't living here without voting. But again, you guys don't get some of the things that could happen as a result of this next election that will happen to you guys. You guys are happy with getting the stimulus check that they think that they give to you, when this is stuff that you earn. You guys are like, this is extra, $1,200 to get some Jeezys. Well, no, that's not it. For some people, that's an extra. That's not even extra. That's what they earned to live. That's
and
food.
you're gonna have to pay that back. You are gonna have to pay that back eventually.
So some of these things, you guys are still in school, enjoying some things in life, playing your games, when there's people that lost jobs. Manufacturers have closed, and so, and then you guys, if you look at this, have it good, because originally when COVID came out, it wasn't hitting your age. So what did you guys have to worry about? You were having parties, going to swim parties, out at the beaches, because it wasn't hitting you. So this election doesn't seem like a big deal, because when you're at that age, there's a little bit of selfishness, and everybody has gone through it. You're selfish. This is, how many times have they said, even when young people were getting COVID, they said at that time, they weren't getting it, but they could have been asymptomatic and they were spreading it to the older people in their homes. And how many young people did we see in bars?
Everyone, because
that have a grandmother, a grandfather, or a parent up in age. Never cared about it. So you really don't care a whole lot, because it doesn't really pertain to you. But like Senator Kamala said, they're coming for you. You elect them, you elected Trump, you're going to get it, because you got to get older. You got to get older.
I mean, it also your local elections are also just as effective as the presidential and the Senate and Congress and all that. You're going to get pulled over by police, and who is the sheriff, who is the attorney general, who is the district attorney that's going to try this case, who's the judge that's going to try your case. Like, these people are elected officials. So it really is something that, it was something that I was concerned about, because we're still having this conversation so less than 30 days away from this presidential election. It is a big damn deal. And with everything that's going on, people are still indecisive, and I didn't understand that. So I'm glad that Vaughn, you were on to talk about, your generation and what you all in your position within that group, to say, no, we definitely need to, because in 4 years, so much could change. In 4 years, you'll be 26.
Yes,
you'll be 26.
Remember how old I was.
You'll be 20. Oh my God, my son will be 26 years old in 4 years.
In 4
you'll be
years,
26. You'll be 26 years old. So you should be well into a career. Wherever you're going as far as your education, if you're going to continue your education, if you're going to start a business, or you're going to get a master's, or you're going to do, that stuff is going to all change. Your whole life is going to change. And that one person is going to be in leadership, is going to control your life, him and his people, whether it's Biden or Trump or her. Okay. They're going to control your life. Yeah. And so,
just like
you really have to figure out.
You have to look for your local leaders too. We're looking on a big grand scheme, the big stage, the presidential election. But locally in your town, as a Black man, when you just said that you're the only one and you don't want to walk outside of your door, that's a local issue.
Yeah,
that's a local issue that should have been resolved. But because the person that is in your city that allows that to happen shouldn't have been in office, because their concern is safety for everyone. But if you're not voting for that person, you will sit at home and will not leave your house, because your safety, and everyone should be guaranteed some kind of safety from people that they put in office, from people that they pay, public servants that they pay their salary.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
we pay for that.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
for you to say that you know, there's only 2 of you in your community and you don't want to leave your home, and then you have a hoodie on and people question what your hoodie is and stuff like that, that's not cool. But that's a local level of voting, and young people get into it. I'm so glad that everybody's marching. But if the voting would have been there wouldn't have been people like what's his name that stood on George Floyd's neck. There wouldn't be cops like that, because there would have been somebody in office that would have looked at the record of the man that put his knee on his neck.
Because
don't
wasn't the first time, right?
Nope.
Right, yeah.
He had a record.
And
most
just
of
think,
them are
though,
guilty.
he's out on bail. Nobody
$1 million
charged
bail.
with murder. But
Gets
you're
out on
not gonna. If my son, God forbid, something happens, and my son is arrested and accused and charged with murder, he's not out on $1 million bail. They're gonna say held with no bail.
Yeah.
So the deadline to register to vote is October 19th. October 19th.
That's
October
11 days.
19th. October 19th. Please just do what you need to do. Just do it so we can shut up. How about that? Because that's what my son did. He did it so I could shut up.
I sure did.
I was like, could you register to vote? Register to vote. Can you register to vote? Okay, Mom, I did. I used to take him with me to the polls and let him vote. He went with me to the polls. So it was kind of a light show today. We didn't mean to talk too much about politics, but it was everything that was going on. It's always good to see you, LaShawn, see a beautiful face. Vaughn, I appreciate
same here,
you.
babe.
I appreciate you joining us today. You know, you're always welcome, son.
Yeah. That's all I got. I don't know what else.
Okay. So, Jared, we missed you. We wish you were here to talk about millennial stuff, but you know, you got a life. So, LaShawn, how can they find us and all that other good stuff? I'll do the social media stuff, but you go ahead and do how they can find. No, you do social media and I'll do past episodes.
You don't want to do Spotify, SoundCloud, Urban Media.
You don't?
Anchor FM, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Podbean.
Wherever you get your podcast.
YouTube.
Look at you. Yes.
On Instagram at Hey Girl Hey Podcast 2018. On Facebook at The Hey Girl Hey Podcast. On Twitter at Girl Hey 2018, or you can email us at the Hey Girl Hey Podcast at gmail.com, or you can call us at 412-709-6130.
That's okay. Off the top bars. Just boom. Thank you. Vaughn, why don't you tell us how we can reach you? You know, people want to get in touch with you and stuff like that. How can we find you on social media, YouTube, and all of that?
So basically, what you do is you go on to YouTube and you type in. Oh, let's see. So basically, what you do is you
Wait
go
a minute, what?
onto any of these sites right here. You can find me on Instagram at King Keishan. On TikTok, I just reached over 3,500 followers. You can keep that train going just by typing in King Keishan. On Twitter, I am known by King Keishan or Keishan Sonic Tax. I have 2. And on Twitch, you can follow me for free at King Keishan.
What is King Keishan?
Okay,
I mean, I don't even know. Like, he had this. Okay. I don't even know where. I should know this. We have 2 minutes, by the way.
Like, follow you. What happens when you follow you?
Anime. There was a bad guy. His name is the Keishan. He's basically just the incarnation of human fear. Like, he was a human that was so scared that he defied death because he was like, "Do you guys really want to die?"
This sounds like Dungeons and Dragons when I was younger, like a version of that.
Kind of, in a way, yes.
Okay, I get it. I
idolized that because as a child, I used to have nightmares of losing my mother or losing my father. And I was like, I don't want to be afraid of death. I don't want to be afraid anymore. So that's where the Keishan comes in. And in high school, I won both my prom and homecoming king. So I just added king in front of it. That's the entire story.
It's funny because my saying that I have, and I also have a little writing of this, and it says, fear does not prevent death, it prevents life. That's my saying. Got it here.
Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much for listening. I am your radio chick, Kiki Brown.
And I am the chatter chick, LaShawn Tipton.
And
who
I
are you?
am King Keishan.
King Keishan.
Keishan.
We miss you, Jer. Make sure you check us out next week. It's the Hager Hey podcast on Urban Media Today. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right.
Let me get on
Yeah.
it.
I'll talk to you guys later. Vaughn, I'll call you back.
I'll let you later. All right.
Bye.
Okay. See ya.